Hey, Don Sherblom here, Caldwell Banker, Clinton. I want to talk about two things today. First of all, I want to talk about the practice changes in the way that we do real estate. That's already actually in effect in New Jersey as of August 1st, and is hitting the rest of the nation probably in the next couple of days. I think it's the 17th of August. Right. So, okay. So to understand the practice changes, one thing to understand is the way that we have traditionally done real estate, and I mean over the last vast number of decades, right? Where the home seller pays for the buyer's agent as well as their own agent. So they're offering out, let's say 5.5 or 6%, 6.5% to the company. The company then splits the commission with the offering out 2.5% to the buyer's agent or 3% to the buyer's agent. Competitive number, whatever that is, and the retains a certain percentage for their own marketing of the property and that whole process, right? So what that means is that it doesn't cost you anything if you're a first-time home buyer or it's the fifth or sixth house you're buying. You're moving up, moving down. Costs you nothing to work with a real estate agent, right? So um, it makes sense to why would you not be a buyer? Why would a buyer not employ a real estate agent? Since they don't have to pay, the seller is already paid for that agency. Okay, so as of August 1st, that has gone away. Let me show you first a couple other things that happen here with the law. Property condition disclosure form, we've been doing that for decades. Um, Brokerage service agreements, we'll make it a little more formal. Designated agency is now allowed. That's really something that we've already addressed at Coldwell Banker. Uh, Now, core agency is part of our core continuing education. Okay, fine. Open house signage is required, and compensation changes are mandated in the MLS, and that means really that disclosure of how much you're offering out is no longer allowed in the multiple listing service. So that field actually just went away, right? There was not there. People had to call you or look on your website, the Coldwell Banker website, coldwellbankerhomes.com, to see what's being offered out. And that's probably the most significant change for a home seller because they could end up offering out 3%. We'll see how that goes, where that goes, because it all depends on the buyers, right? The buyer's agent negotiates either in the purchase contract, asking the seller to pay a certain amount back to them for the buyer's agency, or they negotiate with the buyer, and the buyer pays for their own agency. This is really what the Department of Justice wants: is to decouple the compensation so that the home seller pays 3% and it goes to the seller's agent. The home buyer pays 3% or 2% or whatever it is, and or 4%, and it goes to the buyer's agent. So they want to decouple those, and that's really the direction that we're moving in right now. So this is signage that's required at an open house because a buyer, in order to see any house on the market, needs to sign a agency relationship with a realtor, right? So they need to sign that paperwork before they can see a single house. However, at an open house, people can just walk in, and this is signage to show that the seller is required to promote the interests of the seller's agent, not considered confidential, so don't say anything. Of course, it could be picked up on a ring doorbell. You never know. Okay, so what this means is that brokerage service agreements are going to be a little more formal, right? As I said, you're required to use broker services agreements outlining the services that you provide. I already do that, of course, with this Your Best Move, negotiating your home sale, right? What I will do for you in marketing your home, what services you could expect, 3D tour, mortgage contingency, that I'll be there, that I'll check in with the buyer's agent during the home inspection, the give you the information you need and carry out the smoke detector certification and provide personal service. Now I'll make that a little bit more extensive and we'll include a signature field for you so that you can keep a copy. And so let's look at the market now because, the jobs report a few days ago, maybe a month ago, a couple weeks ago, jobs report was pretty, caused a lot of panic actually. And then yesterday on the 14th, the consumer price index came in just under 3%, right? Increase of 3%, just 2.9. So that means that we're maybe coming in for a soft landing, maybe a little harder landing. We're definitely coming in for a landing, right? And so that's actually a good thing because if you look at the ratio of buyers to sellers, what you see is that the best measure of the homes market is supply and demand. The number dropped precipitously in 2020, right? From 4 to 6 months to sell every house in the market down to around 2 months to sell every house in the market. And that's where it stayed ever since. It's still, as of July, it's still at a very, very low number, right around 2 months to sell every house in the market. So, and the days on market has not increased, right? It varies from month to month. And this really depends on when the realtor reports the sale, when it goes to attorney review and is reported as such. But it's really right around 40 days. And we know that getting a house on the market under contract in the space of 2 weeks is really actually more like it these days. And, it might be that it comes out of attorney review in that period of time and then is reported at that time. Okay, so this is some of the stuff that I do. Administrator of the Clinton Township Facebook group. The Coldwell Banker is out in front, way out in front of the competition. And, I measure my success in terms of your success, right? So the words that people speak about me really help a lot in making this job, that's really rewarding actually to sell homes such as this in this way. So in any case, that's where we stand. And don't be surprised if you're going to be a little surprised by changes in the way that we do real estate. And, perhaps I'll talk to you soon. Give me a call. Let's see. Do I have my phone number? Yeah, I do. Here it is. 908-797-9900. That's 908-797-9900. Give me a call or a text and I'll reach out. Thanks. Bye.